Here is my little recap and review of Titan Season 3, Episode 3, which is entitled Hank and Dove. This episode had what I would consider to be one of the cheapest character deaths I've seen in a TV show or a movie in a long time. And it comes at the very end of the episode, and with them revealing how quickly Jason has become the Red Hood, this death did not, I don't think it held that much meaning. It really should have been something that happened maybe at the end of the season or at the arc where everything culminates towards the end of the season. But to do it this quickly, again, this show is going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and I just don't understand why they have this need to push the narrative so quickly. But this episode revolves around Hank and Dove, basically rekindling their relationship and their love for one another. And Hank actually gets lured to where Jason is. Jason calls him and says, "I really need your help," acts like he's in trouble. So Hank goes to help him, or to at least confront him. And he ends up getting taken by Jason and has an explosive device inserted into his chest that is going to basically count down, and when it counts down, he is going to die. They set Connor to try and figure out how this device works and try to deactivate it. In the meantime, you have Dove, who finds out where Jason is and goes there and basically wants to kill him to get him to stop doing what he's doing. And if you haven't seen it yet, this is where we get into the spoilers. She ends up trying to kill him. She wants to kill him, even though we've got Dick there and he says, don't go this route. And again, all of these people knowing that this is Jason at this stage kind of, I think, defeats the purpose. I mean, within 3 episodes, we've got the Red Hood already being demasked, unmasked, and I just don't understand the writing. I'm going to have to get over it at this stage. It's just terrible writing is what it is. And we're going to see where this goes in future episodes. And I'm still going to be recapping these. I've gotten behind. I don't think I've watched the last 3 or 4 episodes because these first 3 or 4 really kind of upset me. I don't understand why they're trying to rush this. They had an amazing story, amazing just production value to this show, but the writers are crapping on the story. I don't get it. And I would really like to hear what other people think. Some people think I'm nuts, for talking about how bad the writing is. But here's the thing. If you've seen my channel, I'm a huge DC fan. You can see the stuff behind me. I have over 5,000 Batman comics. I am like a massive DC Comics fan. But this is not cutting it. For writing, this is like low-tier writing here. The production values are way up there. There aren't very many shows that I've seen that have better production value than this show does. And for them to have all of the parts there and not put it together is extremely disappointing. It's beyond frustrating to watch, especially when I grew up with this story and we're seeing this unfold here, and it's cheap. It's not very good. So at the end, they do kill Hank off. He explodes, and Connor is not able to save him, and it was because Dove actually went to go pull the trigger. That's actually what made it go off faster. So she was the result of him getting killed, not really the Red Hood. And Jason is doing this to do a mind trick and kind of really mess everybody up. But to me, it seemed like a cheap death. Like, the way it was written, you could see it coming from a mile away, and it doesn't have the impact it should have had this been later in the season and something crazy like this happened. I would have liked to have seen a build-up to them manipulating Jason to the point where things are just off-the-wall crazy. But here we are in the 3rd episode, and they're already going full force with all of this, which just doesn't make any sense. They didn't have to do this. But anyway, there's my recap on it. I will tell you this was one of the more interesting episodes than the first 2. I did enjoy it a whole lot more than the other ones, but it was the cheap death at the end that just, there's no impact to it. None whatsoever because of the way the show's written. And we've seen Hawk and Dove for the first 3 seasons off and on, off and on, off and on. And, well, now he's gone. So I don't know if they're going to bring him back. There's some crazy things in the next episode that you find out about how Jason came back, and there are some weird things about that I have questions about, and I'll bring that up with my next recap on the next episode. But here's my recap on Titans Season 3, Episode 3, called Hank and Dove. I will be recapping every single episode. It's just they're not going to come out as fast as I would like them to be. I've actually been quite busy with my normal job. But they're still coming, and people can still review these, and we'll see what happens. I will be catching up on them very quickly. But I have watched the 4th episode, but I haven't seen beyond that. All right, what are your guys' thoughts? I do appreciate the support. Please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you will be notified as new videos go up.